Happy New Year, everybody. It's Tough Newt. Happy 2015. We've made it to another awesome year. Even more awesome year to come. I really feel that. I am currently at the sanctuary on the island of Koh Phangan. And yeah, it's been an interesting experience this time. I was here 4 years ago. And getting here was really crazy. I took a 7-hour bus ride getting up at 4:45 in the morning on the 29th of December last year. And then I got onto a catamaran for about a 4-hour journey, which was complete feeling of seasickness, but not getting sick, so that was amazing. And then onto a very, very crazy Jeep ride, which made me feel like I was almost going to die. So, because the tide was too high to get here, and you have to take a boat from the main area where they normally have the full moon party, and the tides and the waves were just really intense that day. So I got onto this Jeep thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be cool. And it was just like hanging on for dear life. Mud and the most steep roads you could ever think of. So that was really interesting. And yeah, I just had a really crazy experience, but amazing too. So on to the second part, as I had to stop. I got a lovely little knot, well, a few knots in my hair from the catamaran ride, because I thought I would let the wind into my hair and just feeling very free, like riding on a seahorse. I know that sounds really weird, but that was really fun. The fun part of it was just like floating with the waves and being on the top, and the not so fun part was when people started feeling really sick around me and getting sick, but then meeting someone very interesting that was sitting on the floor, so it was kind of an amazing experience at the same part. But I'm here, arrived, and yet it's been extremely an inward time in a sense, I feel. Just really coming back and feeling a lot of emotions, which I felt 4 years ago, but in a very different light, and having very interesting synchronistic experiences of being back on the island. This is where I actually got back together with my last partner, my last long-term partnership. So it brings up a lot for me. And I didn't expect it to, but it has. But I'm doing much better, and that's good. It's not been like extreme intensity. It's just been these moments of a mixed emotions of happiness and also feeling sad at the same time. I had my amazing vision of an emerald green opening. That's why I got this tattoo 4 years ago. First time I met my, so to say, niece. It was it's his niece, really. And it was just amazing, like, energetic experience. It was very spiritual. So this place holds a lot of resonance when it comes to my path unfolding more in what I do today, and getting more in touch in yoga, and just being more open to different types of social gatherings and things like that. So that was an amazing experience having that, and coming back to this place. It brings back a lot of joy, but it also brings back some feelings from the past. So kind of resonating with that and just being with myself. And I've also met a really wonderful new friend from the UK who's been on a very interesting similar journey. So that was really, really cool, and I'm really happy I met her. And just feeling more into the inwardness, and then being surrounded by a New Year's Eve cheer, which is great. And then going to parties where people are, I don't want to say this is not from the place, but there's other locations here on the island which have that accessible, and that's not really, so to say, my thing, but I respect everyone's wishes. No, that sounds really heavy. But yeah, basically people were completely drunk and high off stuff at this one event I went to afterwards. And I wasn't feeling the energy so much, so I kind of stayed behind and did my own thing and floated around. But the first part of the party was really lovely, disco kind of feeling, and very different from what I felt the first time I came here in March. Well, it was June actually of 2010. It was very like more feeling of smaller community, and this time it's been a lot more people. So it's kind of an interesting take on it. But I still embrace every experience I have, and I'm grateful and making my next plans for where I'm going next. And I'm staying in a really lovely dormitory, which is actually up the stairs that way. And yeah, it's a very different experience, but beautiful. And today is just a very stormy inward feeling. We had a lot of winds blowing today, and yeah, so that's where I'm at currently. It's my honest truth. Just really being with myself, meeting people here and there, but not being as open as I was before when I was 26 maybe, and maybe coming back into that center of being more open again and trusting and facing my fear of heights and cars and walking on big rocks, which I used to do with no fear at all. So it's really interesting to come to this space of being a few years older and seeing that security has been a huge part of my life, and wanting that security, but also being able to balance it off with being able to feel freedom more freely and trusting. And I was just doing this thing where I was walking down these steps yesterday and touching every tree and touching every rock and saying, trust, trust. Like trusting myself completely again and trusting the universe that it does provide. And there is security within nature around us. And I looked across the bay yesterday and had a few tears falling. And I feel like New Year's Day is always kind of an emotional turning point for myself. And looking out into the bay and seeing this opening and beauty and feeling like just to be myself and be me and be in my freedom and be in my truth is where I need to be at, and how I need to live my life, and making no more excuses and living and diving into fully and freely and beautifully with the security within myself and around myself, and building that foundation of more flow and freedom for myself, for my life, and to help others on that path. So namaste and happy 2015. I will make more videos, but I wanted to give you an update of where I was. And there's this lovely little cat bouncing around behind you. So beautiful sign, but so many beautiful animals I've met here, and just that's been a really great wisdom of this balance of chaos, and so to say, in party mode. It's not really chaos, but if you want to view life as it has a balance of chaos and natural connection, of feeling the balance of the chaos and the calm, and being able to balance that out together within the inner and the outer world. And that is such a beautiful thing. So I'm very grateful, very blessed, and sending you love, sending you light, and thank you for joining my journey. Many blessings your way. Love and light.